hello. Welcome to another fun KRÜG'S review. It's almost Easter 2023, and we're going to look, as I promised, at some fun Easter candy today. Some stuff that's new that's just come out, I think so. Some of this I may have reviewed before, but we'll see here in just a minute. We are going to start with something that I couldn't even wrap my head around. M&M Lime Candy Cam. Let's try this. M&M Lime. Now it's with white chocolate. When I first saw it, I thought it was regular chocolate. I thought, how in the world could they do lime with chocolate? But this is white chocolate. So we're gonna put them in our candy dish here. Now that's very pretty. That's very pretty. And they're different colored. Ooh, they got a strange, that smells like plastic. It smells like when you open up some kind of plastic container that's new, you know, the new smell of a plastic container, that's what that smells like. So let's try one. Okay, I can taste the lime. And there's that sort of fatty vanilla in the background, which is the white chocolate. These are okay, but knowing how good M&Ms are themselves, I don't recommend these. Ugh. They're different. I think if you're going to have a St. Patrick's Day party or Easter party, put these out just for the color and the novelty of them. But flavor-wise, gosh, there's not a lot of flavor. There's some lime there, but doesn't really hit you. And there's that fatty vanilla in the background, so it's like, let's push this away. Okay. Now, actually, we're getting into the good stuff that I've been looking forward to, that I talked to you about the last time on KRÜG'S Review. We're going to start with Milky Way salted caramel. I didn't even know they made different flavors of Milky Way candy cam. Let's take a chance with this. Take a chance with Lance. It's your typical chocolate blob. Okay, compared to a regular Milky Way, the caramel has a little more saltiness, as you would expect by the name. Just a slight bit of grittiness, just a teeny bit of grittiness, and I would imagine that's the salt crystals. This is good, but it's so close to the original, I don't know why they bothered. It's good, but it's not like, wow, it's different, because it's not that different. This one, I would expect, is different. This is Milky Way cookie dough. This is the one that really grabbed my eye. This one, I would imagine, has little blobs of dough in it, I hope. Of course, we get the same look. Same Milky Way with the wavy, chocolatey, dripping look on the top, which makes it good. Okay. This one has a little bit of a different taste. You can taste the cookie dough. And I don't know if you can see it on the candy cam, or if there was a lighter look to it. Obviously, that's the cookie dough part. This is pretty good. This is worth the attention. The other one just tastes like a regular Milky Way with a little bit of saltiness in the caramel. This one's really good. Boy. Milky Way cookie dough. That's a 10. Now, let's look at another cookie dough Easter candy. Twix. Twix. Twix cookie dough. Yes, I said it 3 times. Typical Twixy look. This is really good too. In fact, if you could see that on the candy cam. Wow. This has more of a cookie dough flavor than the Milky Way does. This is really good. I'm not a crazy Twix fan because I always felt they cheat you out and put too much of that wafer stuff in there versus the good caramelly, chocolatey stuff. But this sort of makes up for that. You can really taste the cookie dough flavor with the chocolate and a little bit of caramel. That's really good. In fact, looks like there's a chocolate chip in there. Wow. As expected, my Russells, Tesla, and Edison are already congregating around me here, wanting to get, yeah, you can't have this candy. It's not good for you. They're wanting some candy, but they can't have any. Okay, we're going to do something unique this time. I saw this at KRÜG'S, our grocery store here, the biggest grocery store in our area, and I think in the country. We're going to look at some Peeps later on, but can you believe this? Peeps cereal? Really? So we're going to go ahead and try it. I have no idea what this entails. Pardon the pun, sort of. Okay, it looks like Fruit Loops. Wow. Hey, it smells like Peeps. I don't know if you can see that in there. I don't see, oh yeah, there are a few little marshmallow things. Okay, here we go. I think, looks like all the marshmallows have fallen to the bottom, but we'll see here. All right, so typical Peeps are pink, yellow, and blue. That's their sort of standard color. Sometimes you'll see green too, but those are the three main colors. And as you can see with the candy cam, and I've just spilled it all over the counter, we've got the yellow, pinkish, more of a magenta or fuchsia, and yellow. And I just happen to have a little cup of water here, cup of milk here. And we're going to give it a try. So this is Peeps cereal, and I'm using 1% milk. The reason I'm using 1% milk now, I've subscribed to this overnight oats, where you get, it's a packet of all different, it's like 20, 30 different flavors, and you put them in this little container with milk, shake it up, put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then you drink it in the morning. It's like gooey oats. But the flavors are fantastic. It's called over oats, or I think it's called overnight oats or over oats. So I've decided to go to 1% milk since I usually don't eat breakfast, and now I'm having this every morning. So I thought, let's just be a little healthier and go with 1% milk. Some people use almond milk or rice milk, but that's sort of, I think it messes up the flavor because they've got a little bit of a twang flavor of their own, and milk pretty much is pretty generic flavored, basic, neutral. So I've gone with that. But anyway, that's why I have 1% milk here. So let's try our Peeps cereal. Okay. This is nothing to write home about. It's actually not very sweet. I'd say this is more of a gimmick. Very little Peeps flavor. I mean, and the oats, the grain part of it is not very good. They're not, if they're sugared, they're hardly sugared at all. It's very plain. Very basic. A little bit disappointed on this one. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full, but that's how this works. Very little marshmallow things. I see a pink one, and I see a yellow one. I could probably count on both of my hands here of how many are in here compared to all the other parts. I'd say if you want to try this out, go ahead. I don't recommend it. Doesn't taste like much of anything. Don't you hate it when you got a piece of cereal in your throat? Ugh. Okay, speaking of Peeps, we're going to look at 3 flavors, and I think I might have done these before. I don't think I've done kettle corn before, though, and we're going to start with kettle corn. I thought this was unique in itself. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to have to use my teeth again. I always forget to bring scissors. No, I got it. Okay. So this is kettle corn peeps. And there we go. Typical looking yellow peep. Maybe I shouldn't have had that after that cereal. I don't taste much of anything except sugar. Boy, if there's any kind of kettle corn flavor there, it is so light. Maybe they missed putting the flavor in this package, but I don't taste anything at all. I don't taste any kettle corn flavor in that. That's a disappointment. Okay, let's look at sour watermelon. And I might have done these before. I don't remember. I've done so many different peeps. I know I did the hot tamales peeps. I did the root beer sundae peeps. I think root beer soda or ice cream soda peeps or something like that. This is watermelon. Oh, now this one has got a lot of flavor and smell. Oh, I think I have done this before because I remember the inside. Look at that. The inside's pink like a watermelon. Okay, these are pretty good. I think kids would love these. They're a bit sour, like it says, and a good, strong watermelon taste. If you like watermelon candy, I would recommend these if you like peeps. A lot of people don't like peeps, and I'm not real crazy about it myself. But a lot of flavor, good. Kettle corn, I don't know where that flavor went on that. Okay, everybody, we just had a technical hiccup. My card on my camera just filled up, went full. And so I have a monitor down here and it just said, movie recording stopped with an exclamation point this big. And I thought, what the, oh, I didn't format my card before I started. I had the last 2 reviews still on it. So even though it's a 128 gig card, it just filled up. So luckily, it ran out at the very end of the sour watermelon, which we just looked at. So I had started the party cake and it stopped right as I just got into it. So we're going to look at party cake. Sorry, I have already opened this. That's why it's all torn up. We're going to look at the party cake peeps. And I had mentioned the second I opened up the package, I could smell the batter smell, the vanilla batter smell. And that the little peeps, look, I already have a bite out of that because I took a bite out of that. It looks like it's different multicolored confetti on the bottom. Isn't that neat? That's really neat. So I had taken a bite of it, and now I forgot what it tasted like. I'm old, I forget. That's pretty good. It's a nice, you got the little sprinkles are a little crunchy on the bottom. And it's a nice, they call it party cake. It's sort of like a batter, cake batter flavor. Very nice. So we had 2 really good Peeps flavors here. Watermelon, sour watermelon, and party cake. I'm still scratching my head over the kettle corn. It doesn't have any flavor at all. You'd think it'd have a real corny, sweet corn taste and you could smell it. Okay, if you smell it, it has the weakest, almost like an old pair of shoes smell. The weakest corn smell, but when you eat it, when you taste it, it's not there. We have 2 more things we're going to look at. One is just for my indulgence, Cadbury eggs. But I was curious about this. You know how much I love Oreo cookies, and they have an Oreo egg, so I'm not sure what that's all about. So I'll show you on the candy cam, the Oreo egg. And let's take a look at that. Oh boy, this is going to be one of these. This is like peeling a hard-boiled egg with the paper. There we go. Okay, it looks like it's got 2 halves. It does, look at that. Oh my gosh. It opens up. Yeah, isn't that neat? It looks like it's got it's not your typical filling inside an Oreo because it's got the little pieces of cookie with it too. Let's see what we got. That's real good. Edison, you want some, don't you? Edison's up here in my lap, wants some candy. Look at that, candy cam. It's got the crunchy cookie mixed into this, and it doesn't taste like your regular Oreo stuffing inside the cookie. It's more of a, almost want to say like a white chocolate. A white chocolate Oreo cookie with a outside of regular chocolate, which it's very nice. It's not overwhelming, and it's flavorful. That's good. Okay. All right, I'm starting to get sticky. One more, and this is for my fun. Cadbury caramel egg, what can I say? Oh my gosh. And don't worry, I'm not going to eat all this stuff here, at least not right now. I'm not diabetic. You would think I would be, but I don't really eat that much candy except when I do these reviews. I really like candy, but I've learned that as you get older, you just can't do it anymore. And that's just the way it is. Okay, this one's wrapped. Here it is, Cadbury egg. Your typical purple and yellow or purple and gold Easter colors. And this one also seems to have a seam, but I think that's pretty much solid, okay? It's just your typical, I bet this thing's just juicy, filled with caramel. Here we go. Okay. It's more of a solid caramel. That's really good. That's really, really good. Oh my gosh. Let me go upstairs and just lay down right now. That is really, really good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this today. We looked at some really weird stuff, particularly the lime M&Ms, which I don't really get. I thought they were going to have more of a citrusy lime flavor. They just have sort of a very muted lime flavor, and then you can taste the white chocolate, which is pretty strong on it. But anyway, thanks for being with us today. So subscribe and like. We're up to over 100 subscribers now. I know that doesn't sound like a lot. I started this channel before my mother died to sort of keep in touch with her. I live in Texas. She lived in Pennsylvania, and it was a way for her to just sort of see some of the things I was doing and see my doggies. Back then I had Hudson and Murphy. I think Hudson had already died. I just had Murphy, and he lived to be over 14. And then I got these two crazy dogs, and I thought Murphy was crazy, but these two are really crazy. And I call them the Power Russells for Edison and Tesla. AC for AC power, Tesla, and DC for DC power, Edison. And they keep me popping all the time. They're just a bunch of crazy nuts. But anyway, thanks again for being with us today. Subscribe and like. Our next review will be Turkish candy. We already have it. It's another package from Amazon, and I think you'll find that interesting. There was stuff in there I have never seen before, and we'll have that probably in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to have another organ piece. We did Jesus Paid It All last week, and I believe we'll be having another organ piece in about a week, something for Easter or Lent, right before the week before Easter, Holy Week. So stay with us, and we will see you as always on the flip side.